here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. As you can tell from today's video, I'm going to be doing a get to know me video. So while I get ready to do my makeup, we're going to be discussing more about me because I feel like I've seen a lot of people subscribe more to this channel. And before we hit that ghetto 1K, which I will be having a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. But before we hit that 1K, I figured I might as well introduce you guys to me. And this might be like a little thing I keep going like when I hit 1K, 2K, 3K, whatever. So I figured why not sit down with you guys, do my makeup, and have like a little girl chit chat, discuss some things in my life, about confidence too, about plus size, everything about that. So I am gonna be very vulnerable with you guys today. So I hope you're loving this kind of content. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up because it means a whole lot to me. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So I'm gonna be walking you guys through some of my makeup stuff and everything. So while I go through a little bit about me and who am I, everything like that. So I'm just using some Palmer's to moisturize my face. My face is a little dry. I feel like with these seasons changing, whew, my skin is like going crazy. It might look okay with all these lights and stuff, but trust me, in close up, like my face is super duper dry, especially on my nose area. But I don't know. I definitely don't want to switch up my skincare routine too much because my skin is very sensitive, so I stick to just a few products for my face, honestly. But anyway, I know I go by JB Hart on this channel, but my real name actually is Jasmine, if you did not know. JB stands for my initials. My name is Jasmine Brower, and it's my initials, which is JB, and then I just put Hart at the end just to, you know, have like a little name for myself. It's funny because my Instagram used to be JB More Positive, and a lot of people actually like that more than I feel like JB Hart, because when I bring up JB More Positive, people are always like, oh my god, I love that name. But I had changed it maybe 2019 whenever I first started taking like influencing seriously and like trying to make videos and stuff like that. So I also in college used to have my DJ name as JB More, I think, was it JB More Positive? Something like that. I'm using Milk Pro primer. I just really started getting into Milk products, but I usually just use it as a primer. This primer is the only primer that don't break me out. e.l.f. breaks me out all the time. But I know a lot of people love the e.l.f. primer. It's always like going viral, but I don't know, it just breaks me out. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, my name used to be JB More Positive, but my name is Jasmine. A lot of people call me Jazz, but I don't know, I wanted to just have a different name for myself and kind of be, I guess, incognito online and not have a lot of people look me up and stuff. But I don't know, I just wanted a name for myself, and that's just what I came up with. But it's just a funny one, like people who follow me call me JB and stuff like that, because in real life no one else calls me that, which I kind of love, because it's like I like that online it's a different, basically like a different persona of me versus real life Jasmine in a way. Yeah, so I go by Jasmine, go by Jazz, but you know, feel free to call me whatever you want. But yeah, I was born in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So I know I talk about the North Carolinas a lot in my videos, and that is my stomping grounds. I was born in Chapel Hill, and then I was basically raised in Asheboro, South Carolina. I was born in Asheboro, North Carolina, and I basically was raised there until I was turning about 14, and then I went to Siler City, North Carolina. So a lot of people ask me basically where am I from, and I'm kind of from both places, because I never wanted to say I'm from just Siler City because I just went to high school there, but I do feel like Siler City did kind of mold me into like my passions and stuff that I do now. But you know, I was in Asheboro for most of my life, like as a kid, so I'm basically from both places and stuff. But yeah, so think about the Greensboro area, Asheboro, all that good stuff is where I am from. And throughout my life, I will say I was always the music geek, chorus geek. I was always in chorus, always with music. Music was like definitely my first love. Instead of like being in sports, it's so funny because I'm 5'11". Y'all know that I always talk about me being so tall in my videos. So I'm 5'11". So you know, when you a tall girl, they think you can play basketball. Girl, me and sports just never clicked. Only sport I did in my life was cheerleading, if you count that. I know a lot of people don't count it, especially when it's like a stomp and shake little black squad. So, but I enjoy cheerleading a lot. Like, I love cheerleading. I love any type of dancing, any type of things that like you gotta have rhythm and stuff like that. So I love like music, anything like that. And growing up, that's just like honestly who I became, was like the music girl. Even starting in 3rd grade, I was like auditioning for things as far as like opera and like classical and things like that. And then really from there, middle school, I was in chorus, and like I started getting little solos in chorus and things like that. And it just became almost second nature to me to sing, and I love singing, and I love, you know, almost like having that attention of being the singer, I guess. And throughout my life, I definitely was starting to feel like, okay, well, music is for me. Music is where I'm going. Music is where I thrive at. I know a lot of people around, you know, when you're a kid at that age, you don't even think about where you're going to be in the future and things like that. But I just, like, for me, it felt like I always was being pushed in that direction where music was just what I leaned it on, especially whenever I went through different personal things growing up. I just really just depended on music, and I love music like my entire life. Sorry y'all, my camera just ran out of memory. I don't know what has happened, but I'm back. But what was I talking about? Sorry, I have my little notes beside me. Music, yes. So I love music. I was always in chorus, always in musicals, all that good stuff, and that's just like what I became. I became the music girl. And I began going to like different kind of music camps whenever I was in high school. And I really loved it. I really loved performing. I loved the attention. I loved just everything about it. I loved trying to get a solo and everything like that. But I will say, being raised like heavily in music, I feel like has definitely given me a little bit of a perfectionist type personality. It also could be because I'm a Virgo, so that's just how I look at life. But I definitely feel like being very young and singing and being judged on your singing and singing in front of like a big crowd and having someone depict every little mistake you made, I feel like it definitely gave me anxiety at a very young age, and almost like this personality where I had to get everything right. Even to this day, I like to put so much pressure on myself to get everything right, and I know that's not exactly how it's, you know, you're supposed to live and everything, but that's definitely the life that I basically gave my own self. But yeah, so I moved to Solid City or whatever, and I basically for the first time moved from like different locations, and I had to find new friends, all that stuff. But honestly, I've always been the type of person who didn't have a lot of friends. I can honestly say throughout my life I've probably had 2 best friends. My circle's super duper small. I don't trust people easily, and with me it just takes a long time to really figure out the real me, and for me to really tell you how I feel about certain types of things, because I'm just, how I present myself honestly is very happy-go-lucky, laughing, very positive, all the good stuff, but rarely do other people see deeper emotions from me. Even my own family, like I feel like my own family still tries to break down like, oh, what am I thinking or how I feel about certain stuff, and I'm just a hard cookie to crack. Like, I just don't open myself up as freely as other people. So I've always had like a handful of friends, even though in college I kind of, you know, joined a sorority and stuff, but we'll get to that in a second. But just the type of person I am, I just don't have like lots of friends, and I don't really like big groups of people because I feel like I can't really trust a lot of them. And so also I feel like being in the music like field growing up and stuff like that, you didn't really have time to make friends. Like your friends are always your competition. So I never really strive to be friends with people in like when I was doing music and stuff like that, because they're always competition and a lot of people can't, you know, be your friend and want the part that you want, you know. But yeah, I really started thinking of taking my life seriously with music in high school. So when I moved to Solar City, I moved basically to a place where I didn't have any friends or anything like that. So I had to really start over and find new people, some new city and stuff like that. So, but I'm also grateful to move. I'm grateful that I moved to that smaller town because that town definitely molded me into who I am today. As far as I feel like I met a lot of people in that small town that saw more in me than maybe I didn't see myself then. So I feel like then I started taking music seriously. I was in like musicals then. I was going to music camps and different types of auditions as far as like classical music goes. And I really was just living a life. Like I was doing cheerleading then too and all that stuff. So I kept busy and I really did have a good, I feel like high school experience. It was okay. It definitely wasn't like, you know, being a big girl, you don't really get the experience in dating or whatever. So I really didn't date anyone or have any romantic interest in me. Plus, like I said, it's a very small town. So everybody's either cuffed up, booed up, or whatever. No one's really looking at the big, fat black girl. So I didn't really date then. I was just focused on music, like I said. And I just feel like at the time, that just wasn't really on my radar or whatever. Or like an option for me, I guess, at the time. And, oh y'all, this is Fenty. I'm trying Fenty for the first time. This is the I think, oh, 420. And using my dips brush for the first time. I'm like, I haven't tried dips before, so see how this goes. But yeah, my high school experience was okay, nothing too crazy, but it did grant me the opportunity to go to different summer camps. And at that time I went to a summer camp at ECU and I loved it. And going there for 2 years, I really I guess started to get known on the campus, and it just really just fell into play of, okay, I'll just go here and I'll study music because that's just what I loved at the time. It was just everything had fell into place. Now, when I went to college, that's exactly what I majored in. I majored in vocal performance, and with that degree you basically go to learn how to sing opera, how to audition, the different languages, all that good stuff. And that's exactly what I did. So I was majored in music for about 2 years before I changed majors. And it's so crazy because to this day I thought changing majors really affect my life in a really bad way, because I feel like in college you only have 4 years to figure it out and you don't have really anyone there telling you this is the right career path, that's the wrong career path, whatever. But whenever I was a music student, I just really dreaded going to school. Like I had no time to myself, I had no time making friends, I did not have that college experience I was hoping for. And it just really made me think, do I want music as this big priority in my life, or do I like it in my free time as a hobby on the side? And I just felt like when I sat there and I looked around at how I was feeling and the other people in my classes who were thriving in that class and I was just miserable, I just ultimately decided that maybe this just was not for me. And I basically changed careers or changed career paths to journalism. So my sophomore year, I changed my major to journalism for communications. And at that time too, I actually had found this radio gig, so a radio college gig at the time. And with that radio college gig, I was able to really see myself in the aspect of being an entertainer, or basically being able to host events and stuff. So I got to be really social, I was able to meet new people and everything like that. So I just felt like I really finally started to have the experience that I really wanted. And like I said, whenever I was in music, I didn't have a lot of friends. Like, the friends that you make are your music buddies, and I just really didn't click with them. Like, I guess wasn't as big as a music nerd as them, and I just felt like I didn't really fit in. Like, I like to talk about, I don't know, celebrity news and what's going on and stuff like that. I don't want to talk about Mozart and Beethoven. So a lot of the friends that I made were non-existent if it wasn't outside of music. So when I was finally in my different career path and I was just a free little bird, I was like, you know what? I'm going to join a sorority. I'm going to join a sorority because, to be frank, I need some friends. I need some people to hang out with. And honestly, I went to a PWI, so I needed some black friends, to be honest with you. I needed some black friends. I needed some people to, I don't know, like, relate to or connect with and stuff like that. So during that time, I found out about, you know, D9, and I went to a lot of their events and programs, and I basically was like, I'm gonna try to join Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. And I did, and I found lovely women that I get to call my sisters today. And, you know, they're always definitely a phone call away. And I'm just really actually glad that I was able to join, and it gave me a lot of experience, especially connecting with different types of people. And it just gave me just a really great college experience. And I know a lot of people don't like sororities or don't, you know, care for it or whatever, but I definitely would say it's just for different people and for different reasons. And my reason might not be the same reason you want to join a sorority. Me personally, I did join for the experience, for the friends, for the going out, for all that good stuff, and I'm glad I do it. And I would definitely do it again because, like I said, I've joined such a great organization where I was able to find these women that love me. I know they'll always be there for me, and I just feel like I never would have found that on my own. And I just honestly needed help, and I'm not afraid to say that. I definitely needed help making friends and stuff. And so yeah, I love them girls, love them to death. But yeah, that was really the highlight of my college experience. And then after that, like senior year, I started really going down the list of what do I want to do, where do I want to go. And throughout my college degree, I always said I wanted to talk about celebrities, or like red carpet, or just honestly be in front of a camera, because I love the camera. I love talking. Y'all can't tell. I love talking, all that good stuff. So I was just like, dang, what do I want to do? And so at that time, I'm applying to jobs, and I remember I had 3 places on my list of where I wanted to move at after my senior year, and it was Atlanta, Charlotte, or Houston, because I always wanted to move to a big city, and number 2, I wanted to move to a city that had like some black people, like for real. Well, I guess Charlotte's kind of like diverse, but it's close to home too. So that's another reason why I was gonna go to Charlotte. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go. And the funny thing is, I was applying to these places and stuff, and I don't know what really just kept making me apply to jobs in Atlanta, but it was probably my 3rd job I applied for, and I got an interview. And I was like, whoa. And so the interview was basically like a marketing job and all that good stuff. And I interviewed and I got hired. And that is where I work at today. I won't disclose really where I work out. I'm not gonna disclose where I work at and stuff because I do sign an NDA and everything like that, so I can't disclose where I work at or anything like that. But just know it is in marketing, and it's a regular sit-down job. It's nothing too crazy, but if I ever, quit eventually or make enough money on this and get to quit, I'll let you guys know a little bit more about that. But yeah, so I do have a 9-to-5 job. I clock in, I go to the office right here in Atlanta, and I mean, it's taught me a lot about the corporate world. It's taught me a lot about who I am and what I want. It's definitely not something I want to do for the long haul, that's for sure. And I'm still really just trying to find my own way of like what I like to do. But for right now, it's where I'm at. I'm glad that I was able to find a job and at least my career, I guess. And they're pretty good to me. I don't have really too many complaints, but like I said, the long haul is to really be an entrepreneur and not have a 9-to-5. And it's not even for the reasons of money. For me personally, it's just the freedom and the comfortability of being an entrepreneur. So for right now, I'm going to use what I can to really support my dreams and stuff like that. So 9-to-5 is doing it, perfectly fine with it. But eventually I definitely want to branch out to something else. But yeah, I know a lot of people on the internet love to talk about how they don't have a job, this. I'm like, y'all, we cannot compare ourselves to people online saying that, especially when it's like you don't know what type of business that they have or the stress that they have with that business. So I just try each and every day to just try to be grateful of the things that I have in my life now, grateful for my job, grateful for the comfortability that I do have with not stressing about maybe a freaking sale or whatever. But I do struggle sometimes. I feel like of being like, oh well, why am I not here, why am I not there, why am I still working? But I think honestly with social media, it's made a lot of us out of touch with reality and where we're supposed to be and stuff. So I just try to give myself grace, and you should too, of being okay with where you're at right now. And like I said, if we didn't have social media, I don't think anyone would be this depressed about like comparing yourself to people, because I just feel like it definitely gives people the wrong like thought process with stuff. But that's just my opinion. I am not perfect, so I of course do sometimes catch myself comparing myself to other people and everything like that. But I'm just like, you know what, this is where I'm at right now. I'm not ashamed, not embarrassed. I do like my bills paid, and they're paid on time. My bills were paid and they're paid all the time, and that's just where I'm at right now, and I am more than okay with that. So around 2019 is when I started my plus size influencing, I guess, career and everything like that. So funny story is, actually I was just trying to up my social media for my college radio job. I was just trying to, I guess, get more popping on the radio or whatever. But I also think a long haul of like, oh well, like if I move to a big city, I need to at least have some kind of, not fan base, but some kind of like way to connect with people so they can either support or just kind of have like a memory little book for me, I guess, in a sense, of pictures and videos of like what I'm doing in the moment. So I was just posting on social media, trying to see what niche I would fall into. But I always had a love for plus size fashion. Like, I always had such a tough time when I grew up trying to find clothes and trying to figure out how to fit this plus size body at a very young age. And I just feel like once I got older and realized what kind of style I needed to feel beautiful, I just ran with it. Like, and I just felt like with that, I needed to tell people how to do it and what works for them and what worked for me and all that stuff. So I just feel like it just started out as kind of like a way to see who related to me. But then eventually I was like, you know what? A lot of girls who look like me don't feel pretty just because they don't know how to dress, or they don't know what matches with this or what matches with that. And just like me, I literally was not dressing like this in high school or dressing as good. Oh. Dressing as good at a very young age. Like, I didn't dress good until I feel like maybe college, and a lot of my clothes are very questionable that I had on. So I first started posting on actually, I think my first video ever on YouTube was, you could go check it out, was literally about vocal performance in music school. And it's so funny because when I posted it, I was like, I don't know why I did it. I think I was just bored, and it was Christmas time, and I was just like home from college, and I just posted a video. I don't know why. And it's just so funny because I posted that video and then like never posted again for like 2-3 years, and it's just so funny. It was so cringy. Do not go back and watch that, y'all. I literally was just talking about vocal performance and how I thought, but it's funny because the video actually did pretty good for like someone posting their first video, but I just never posted again or whatever. But it's just so funny how at that moment I was severely like just going crazy. Like, I could not take being in that major any longer. It was just so many long nights and just disappointments. I just couldn't take it. So I just took my time with my lashes off camera because they did not want to stick. But let me know if y'all still using good old hair glue, because she is the only thing that's working for me right now. I don't know, I feel like I go through stages where some eyelash glues be wonky with me. I don't know. But anyway, so I want to talk about where my confidence came from and all that good stuff. So like I said, at a very young age, I just didn't really have a fashion sense. I think, you know, my mom did the best she could as far as dressing me, being plus size, but, you know, it's really hard to find clothes for children that are plus size that is not geared towards actual adults. So I don't think I really had a fashion sense until I was maybe older, and that's when I first started seeing, oh, like, okay, I'm starting to see me figure out what I like to do with everything. I feel like being confident comes in different ways. Like, I feel like I have confidence as far as the up and down thing, but I do feel like there are different types of techniques you can do personally to improve your confidence. But overall, there's no way you could just be 100% confident all the time, like 100% like just don't feel nothing, because we're human. We're gonna feel emotions, we're gonna feel sad, we're gonna feel zealous or whatever. But for me, I feel like when I started dressing myself in college and got older and figured out that, you know what, hey, rather than me hating the body that I'm in, why don't I dress, you know, kind of in the clothes that I want to wear and see if that helps how I feel. And that's honestly how it started out. I was just dressing to see if I really enjoyed my body in different types of clothing, like how it looks on skinny people, and it freaking works. Hello. And so that's also, I feel like, what kind of influenced me to start doing videos and reviews and stuff like that. And that's just so funny because when I get comments or compliments from regular sized people, I just think it's so funny because I'm like, you're thinking I dress good or whatever, but they have no idea how hard it is to dress good as a plus size woman. Like, we don't have a lot of options out there. So dressing up in college really helped me get out of my comfort zone, and really I just feel like I was sexy. Like I just feel like I look good, and that came with seeing how to dress and seeing if I like this, if I like that. So I think experimenting and all that stuff really helps with confidence, and that's just the person I became today. I just feel like so many different ways to think negatively about yourself, but you really have to push through those and almost be delusional. And like I said, experimenting really helped me a lot, and just trying to see what I like on my body. Just eventually over time, that's just who I became. And now I love who I am, and there's nothing that I can't do to not change myself if I really wanted to, all that good stuff. And it's just so crazy because I feel like this new movement with Ozempic and everyone losing weight, it's, you know, definitely taking a toll emotionally, even on me and everyone else, because it's like I'm starting to see all my favorite plus size influencers like get VSG surgery and then they make a whole different Instagram for their VSG journey, and it's just like, dang, who do we have left that's plus size telling us to love ourselves and all this good stuff? So personally for me, I do have to unfollow them people because I'm sorry, but I followed you for plus size fashion tips. I don't want to hear all of that. Okay, and that's just my personal preference. But I do feel like with what's going on right now, everyone is trying to lose that COVID weight, and you know, it's really important to just really stay connected to who you are as a person, what you want to do with your body and everything like that, because don't let anything on the internet sway you a way that is not realistic for you or self-deprecating for you. Do what you want to do, but definitely be sure to keep your mind around stuff that is better for your mental health. And so if you ever feel like, you know, following this person is not best for you, then unfollow them. And I'm a strong believer in that. Like I've had to unfollow a lot of people that I just can't get jiggy with no more. So but I definitely want to be friends with anyone who follows me or subscribes to my channel. That I will always try to be the most authentic I can be and be really real with y'all, because I just don't have no capery in me. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. Obviously I'm done with my makeup, finished look here. Hopefully my camera didn't cut off too much. I don't know why my camera is acting crazy today, but yeah, stay tuned for my 1K giveaway. I'm gonna be giving away an Ulta gift card, so I'm gonna be showing some instructions on that later on, after I hit my 1K. So hopefully that is very soon. But I'm so glad you guys took some time with me today to learn more about me. Hopefully you learned more about me and could connect with me in a different way. I hope I will have, you know, more of these so we can like touch base next time, hopefully when I get 2K. But yeah, thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel and following my TikTok and Instagram at JB__heart, and I will see you guys next time. Bye y'all.